Hey, this is René, and in this video I want to tell you 5 reasons why I would choose the Metatrader 5 over the Metatrader 4 right now. I already made a video like this comparing the Metatrader 4 and 5 several years ago, but I think it is time for an update. There are many changes that MetaQuotes, the publishing company of the Metatrader, made for the Metatrader 5 in the past month. So first of all, we maybe have to talk a little bit about the history of the Metatrader. Several years ago there was the Metatrader 4, which was the first platform that MetaQuotes released, and it is a great platform still to manage your trading accounts. And there are several use cases where the Metatrader 4 is still a little bit better than the Metatrader 5, like if you're working with managed accounts or something like this. So asset management companies mainly use the Metatrader 4 because there are professional asset management systems only running on the Metatrader 4. But there are a lot of changes that took place. Like, for example, Metatrader 4 is restricted in some ways because the order management system, for example, it does not allow working on real stock exchanges. And you cannot trade stocks or futures or anything like this. Because in Metatrader 4, it is simply not able, or the system does not provide the capability to manage a partial fill, for example, for your order. So if you want to trade like 100 stocks or future contracts, you might get a partial execution with only like 20 or 50 contracts. And this is a concept that is not really taken care of in the Metatrader 4. So it was time for a change. And MetaQuotes did this change, or took care of this change, and released the Metatrader 5. And the Metatrader 5 has some of these advantages that I want to talk about now. For example, the Metatrader 5 features stock and futures trading. So you can, or if your broker allows it and provides this service, then you are able to trade real stocks. So stocks that are listed at a stock exchange, and where you even get dividends and stuff like this. And you are also able to trade future contracts. This was something that was simply not possible with the Metatrader 4. So this is the first big advantage of the Metatrader 5. Then, especially when it comes to programming, and this is something that I like to promote on this channel. When it comes to programming, it has been the case in the past years that programming was a lot easier, and I would even say better, in the Metatrader 4, because some years ago there were functions, and this is a little bit specific, but there were functions in the Metatrader 4 that were not available in the Metatrader 5. But this changed in the past years or months. So right now, I would say the Metatrader 5 is, in terms of usability, it is as good as the Metatrader 4 version. So when it comes to programming. And the big benefit of the Metatrader 5, and this is my second point, is that it provides a lot more functionalities, even when it comes to programming. Let me give you one quick example. Maybe you saw the Metatrader5 Calendar in the Metatrader 5 terminal. This is a feature where you automatically see all the news events for today, for the next day, for the week, or even for the past days. And this is a feature that is only available in the Metatrader 5, and you can access it in the programming part. So if you're writing an automated program in the Metatrader 5, you can take data from this calendar, and you can for example, build a news filter for your program. And this is something that is not this easy in the Metatrader 4. I mean, you could build a workaround and everything with an external API, but it is a lot easier in the Metatrader 5. And there is another thing that goes hand in hand with programming and expert advisors. I think the Metatrader5 Tester is better than the Metatrader 4 Tester. And let me explain this. Because the Metatrader5 Tester, it simply provides more data. For example, you automatically see on which day of the week you made the most profit. And this is a feature that is not available in the Metatrader 4 tester. I mean, you could build a workaround for this. You could write code into your expert advisor that makes this analysis, but it is just some extra effort that you would have to take and which is given to you for free in the Metatrader 5. So the third important point is, I think it is the tester. And there's one more thing when we talk about the tester. The Metatrader 5 tester also provides you with more data and with a better or easier way of accessing real-time or real-tick data. I mean, this is still not a perfect testing environment because you will never be able to predict the future, but it is still easier than in the Metatrader 4. If you want to have tick data in the Metatrader 4, you would have a third-party program to import the data. And this is just easier in the Metatrader 5 right now. And there's another important aspect, and this is my fourth reason. As I said in the beginning, MetaQuotes decided to pretty much drop the Metatrader 4 in the future and go with the Metatrader 5 or focus on the Metatrader 5. And this is why there are a lot more updates for the Metatrader 5. I even heard that there will only be important security updates for the Metatrader 4 if there is a security leak, but there will not be any new functions or functionalities. And this is what is still coming for the Metatrader 5. As I said, they even added new functions for the MQ5 programming framework in the Metatrader 5. So this is a great aspect because MetaQuotes really tries to make the Metatrader 5 better. And you always profit from these changes if you use the Metatrader 5. And yeah, I think I already told you my 5 reasons. So the first reason is you can just trade on more markets like stocks or futures. And the second reason is you will have more possibilities when it comes to trading, but also when it comes to programming. The third reason is you will have a better tester. And this is because it just provides more functionality. Then you will have more updates in the Metatrader 5. And there is my fifth reason that I forgot until now. The Metatrader 5 just has a better performance. So this is, I think, I mean, the Metatrader 5 is not open source. So we cannot look at the code which is written in the background. But MetaQuotes will have learned a lot from developing the Metatrader 4. And this is why they were able to make the Metatrader 5 even better. And for me, especially, it is always important how the programming part is implemented. And in the Metatrader 5, we see, when it comes to performance, we see even more benefits. Let me give you one example. When you have a order execution, for example, in the Metatrader, you want to track this event with your automated trading program, like your expert advisor, because in some cases, this event might be important for you. Maybe you want to modify your positions at this specific point, or maybe you want to set a stop loss or something like this. And in Metatrader 4, there was no real predefined event handler for this. So you would always have to loop all the open positions to track if there were any changes. And in Metatrader 5, you get an event for this. So there is a specific function that automatically triggers if there is a trading operation, like a order is executed or a position is closed. And this is such a big deal because then you do not have to loop all the trades or all the orders and positions with every single tick like you would have to do it in the Metatrader 4, but you can simply use this predefined event handler and just put your code there. And this is, when it comes to performance, a great boost because it makes your program so much faster. So these are my reasons why, as for today, I would recommend you to choose the Metatrader 5. So if you did not start yet, maybe it is a good idea to just start using the Metatrader 5 if you are just new with your trading. And if you are already working, for example, if you're working with the Metatrader 4, it might be a good idea to have a look at the Metatrader 5. And then in the end, because this is mainly a programming channel, if you are interested in learning MTrader5 programming, which is the framework and the programming language pretty much that you need for Metatrader5 programs, make sure to check out the free tutorials on this channel. There are a lot of free MT5 tutorials, even some MT4 tutorials if you are still using this platform, but for the Metatrader5 we already published a complete course which you will find on our website, and there you really learn everything you have to know to write your own expert advisors and automated programs for the Metatrader5 and the Metatrader5 platform. So I hope you liked this little comparison between the Metatrader 4 and 5 and my reasons why I would suggest using the Metatrader 5 right now. So I think this is it for the video. So if you liked it, leave me a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more about programming related topics when it comes to automated trading strategies and the MetaTrader. So I'll see you next time. Bye.